পৃষ্ঠা 228 continued. 4. Why voting matters. A guide for first-time voters in West Bengal. Introduction. Are you 18 or turning 18 soon? Then, congratulations. You are about to receive a powerful right, the right to vote. Many young people feel, quote, one vote won't change anything, unquote. But that's not true. Your vote is your voice, your power, and your responsibility. পৃষ্ঠা 229. In this blog, we will explore why voting matters, especially for first-time voters in West Bengal, and how you can prepare to make your vote count. 1. Voting is your constitutional right. In India, every citizen aged 18 or above has the right to vote. This right gives you the power to choose your leaders, those who make decisions about your education, roads, jobs, internet, safety, and future. 2. Every vote counts. Some elections are won or lost by a margin of just a few hundred votes. In such cases, your vote could decide who forms the government. Never underestimate the power of a single vote, especially in local elections or assembly polls. 3. Voting lets you demand accountability. When you vote, you have the right to ask, where are the jobs for youth? Why are roads broken? What about electricity, drinking water, and schools? If you don't vote, you lose the moral right to question your leaders. Voting gives you the right to demand change. 4. West Bengal needs your voice. From Kolkata to Kuch Bihar, West Bengal is full of diverse issues: unemployment, migration, education, gaps, infrastructure, health care. Young voters like you understand the real problems. Your vote brings fresh ideas and new energy into the democratic system. 5. It's not just about politics, it's about your life. The politicians you vote for will decide on college admissions, transport systems, public health, digital access, women's safety, pollution control. So yes, politics does affect your daily life. Voting means shaping the system you live in. Six, be informed before you vote. Voting is important, but informed voting is even more powerful. Read about parties and candidates. Watch debates. Check manifestos. Don't vote because of religion, caste, or free buys. Vote for people who match your values and vision for society. 7. First-time voter. Here is how to register. Follow these simple steps. Go to https://voter আবার পড়ছি go to https://voters.eci.gov.in. Click on, quote, New Voter Registration, unquote, Form 6. Upload ID proof and photo. Submit and track your application. Your EPIC voter ID will arrive by post or can be downloaded digitally. B. Understand the process on voting day. You will receive a voter slip before the election. Carry your voter ID or other valid ID. Press the button next to your chosen symbol on the EVM machine. You will get ink on your finger, a mark of pride. Conclusion: democracy doesn't work if people stay silent. Voting is not just a right, it's a duty. As a first time voter, you can bring honesty, energy, and new ideas into the system. Don't miss the chance to be heard. Call to action: are you a first time voter? Register today and encourage your friends to do the same. 5. The future of artificial intelligence. Why Class 12 students should care. Introduction. As a Class 12 student, you are probably thinking about college, career choices, and what your future might look like. But there is one thing that's already shaping that future: artificial intelligence, AI. AI is not just about robots, it's about machines that can learn, think, and help us make smarter decisions. Whether you want to become a doctor, teacher, engineer, or entrepreneur, AI will be a part of your world. So, the question is, why should you care about AI right now? Let's find it. Let's find out. 1. AI is becoming a part of everyday life. You are already using AI, even if you don't notice it. Google search suggestions, Instagram filters, voice assistants like Alexa or Siri, and YouTube recommendations, all powered by AI. Soon, AI will be used in everything from farming and medicine to banking, transport, and education. That means no matter what career you choose, AI will affect it. 2. The job market is changing fast. AI is not just creating smart systems, it's also changing the kinds of jobs that exist. Many repetitive or simple tasks are now being done by machines. But new jobs are also being created. পৃষ্ঠা 230, like AI ethics specialist, data analyst, machine learning engineer, and automation designer. To stay ahead, you will need to understand how AI works and where it's going. 3. AI can make learning smarter. AI based tools like chatbots, smart tutors, and personalized learning apps are already being used in classrooms and apps. These help students learn at their own pace, identify weaknesses, and even prepare for exams more effectively. If you know how to use AI tools wisely, your learning will become easier and more efficient. 4. Creativity plus AI is equal to future innovation. AI doesn't replace creativity, it boosts it. Musicians are using AI to compose music, filmmakers to edit videos, writers to generate ideas, and fashion designers to try out new styles. If you are creative and tech aware, AI can become your superpower. 5. It's not just science students who need to care. Even if you are not studying science or computer science, AI will still affect your future. Business, arts, social work, journalism. AI will impact how people work and communicate in all these fields. Understanding its basics can give you a huge advantage no matter your stream. Conclusion: AI is not just a trend, it's a major shift in how the world works. As a class 12 student, you don't need to become an AI expert right now, but being curious, learning the basics, and staying updated can help you make smarter choices in your education and career. Call to action: start exploring AI today. Watch a beginner friendly YouTube video, read an article, or talk to a teacher about it. And tell us in the comments, how do you think AI will change your dream career? 6. Climate change and West Bengal. What students can do to help. Introduction. You have probably heard about climate change in the news or in your textbooks. We are living through climate crisis. Human driven global warming is changing the natural world. Here is the truth: climate change isn't just a future problem, it's already here, and its effects are clearly visible in many parts of the world, including West Bengal. From rising temperatures to stronger cyclones, the impact of a warming planet is becoming real and dangerous. But you don't have to be a scientist or politician to do something. As a student, you can make a difference starting today. 1. How climate change is affecting West Bengal. In West Bengal, we are already experiencing several consequences of climate change. More frequent and stronger cyclones in the Sundarbans like Amphan Yash, floods and landslides in North Bengal due to irregular rainfall, heat waves and droughts in southern districts, damaged crops and disrupted farming patterns. These changes are not just environmental, they affect people's lives, food security, and the economy. And if we do nothing, they will get worse in your lifetime. 2. What you can do as a student. You might think, quote, what can I do? I am just a student, unquote. But remember, big changes start with small actions. Here are a few ways you can contribute. A. Be aware and spread awareness. Understand what climate change is and talk to your friends and family about it. Share simple facts. Awareness is the first step to action. B. Use less plastic. Single use plastic pollutes rivers, land, and oceans. Carry your own water bottle and avoid plastic bags whenever possible. C. Save electricity and water. Turn off lights, fans, and taps when not in use. These small steps save natural resources and reduce your carbon footprint. D. Plant trees. Trees absorb carbon dioxide, one of the main causes of global warming. Join a tree planting drive or plant a few trees in your own backyard or school. E. Travel smart. Walk, cycle, or take public transport when you can. This reduces pollution and keeps you healthy too. F. Support green initiatives in school. Ask your teachers or school leaders to start eco clubs, recycling programs, or quote, no plastic, unquote, days. Your voice matters. 3. Why your action why your actions matter. You are the next generation. The choices you make today will shape the future of your city, your village, and the planet. By taking action now, you are not only helping the earth, you are also becoming a more responsible, informed citizen. পৃষ্ঠা 231। Also, if you are planning a career in science, environment, or policy making, learning about climate change now will give you a head start. Conclusion: climate change is real, serious, and already affecting us here in West Bengal. But it's not too late. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be aware, active, and consistent in small actions. Together, small steps by students like you can become a big movement for a better future. Call to action. Start today. Try to reduce your plastic use, plant one tree, or talk to a friend about climate change. Then tell us in the comments what's one action you will take this week to help the planet. Number 7. The relevance of Rabindranath Tagore in modern times. Introduction. More than 80 years have passed since Rabindranath Tagore left this world, yet his voice still speaks to us through his poems, songs, ideas, and values. You may have read his stories in school, heard his songs on the radio, or seen his name in textbooks. But the question is, why is Tagore still relevant today? As a student, understanding Tagore's thoughts can help you not just in your studies but in shaping your personality, values, and your sense of identity in a fast changing world. 1. Tagore's vision of education. Tagore believed that education should not be limited to textbooks. He wanted learning to be joyful, creative, and close to nature, a vision he brought to life at Shantiniketan. In today's world of pressure, marks, and coaching centers, his thoughts remind us, quote, education is not about filling the mind but freeing it, unquote. Students today can benefit by making time for creativity, open thinking, and emotional development, not just chasing marks. 2. A global mind with a deep love for India. Tagore traveled the world from Japan to Europe and spoke of universal human values like peace, tolerance, and freedom. But at the same time, he deeply loved Indian culture, language, and heritage. In a world full of identity crisis and cultural conflicts, Tagore teaches us to be rooted in our own culture while respecting others. 3. Voice of peace in a violent world. Today's world is full of war, hatred, and division, whether it's between countries, religions, or communities. Tagore's writings remind us that humanity comes first. His poem, quote, where the mind is without fear, unquote, is still one of the most powerful prayers for a free, honest, and peaceful society. Tagore's belief in dialogue over violence, freedom over fear, and truth over power remains deeply relevant in modern politics and personal life. 4. Relevance in art and expression. Tagore was a pioneer in breaking rules. He created his own music, dance dramas, and even a new style of painting late in life. At a time when many students are forced to choose, quote, safe careers, unquote, Tagore inspires young people to explore their creative potential. He teaches us that art is not a luxury. He teaches us that art is not a luxury, but a way of understanding life. 5. Environmental thinking ahead of time. Tagore loved nature deeply. His poems, stories, and even his school environment reflect this. Today, when climate change is one of the biggest threats to our future, Tagore's love for nature and idea of living in harmony with it feels more important than ever. Conclusion. Rabindranath Tagore was not just a poet, he was a thinker, dreamer, educator, environmentalist, and a global citizen. He lived in a different century, but his ideas live on. In every child who wants to learn freely, in every young mind that asks questions, and in every person who chooses peace over violence. In this complex and modern world, Tagore gives us a way to stay human. Call to action. Read a poem by Tagore this week. Listen to one of his songs and think about its meaning. Then tell us in the comments, what does Tagore mean to you as a student in today's world? 8. Bengal's revolutionaries in the freedom struggle. Know the history, live with pride. Introduction. History is not just about dates and words, it's about people, ideas, and courage. When you explore India's freedom struggle, you will find Bengal at its heart. From fiery revolutionaries to calm thinkers, Bengal gave birth to some of the bravest fighters who shaped the course of our country. As a student from West Bengal, this is your heritage, and knowing it will help you understand not just the past, but also the value of freedom today. Prishta 232. 1. Why Bengal became the center of resistance? During British rule, Kolkata was the capital of India until 1911 and also a center of education, art, and political awakening. The partition of Bengal in 1905 sparked massive protests, boycotts, and the Swadeshi movement. From this time, Bengal became a hub of political activity. Students, poets, and workers all joined hands in the fight, and their stories are both inspiring and powerful. 2. Key freedom fighters from Bengal you should know. Here are just a few legendary heroes from Bengal who made a lasting mark. A. Subhash Chandra Bose, a fearless leader who believed that India's freedom must be earned, not given. He formed the Indian National Army, INA, and gave the call, quote, "Give me blood and I will give you freedom," unquote. His bold vision still inspires students to fight for justice and self-respect. B. Khudiram Bose, one of the youngest revolutionaries, just 18 when he was hanged. He showed that even young people can stand up against injustice. C. Matangini Hajra, a brave woman who led protests even in her 70s, carrying the national flag and chanting, quote, Vande Mataram, unquote, as she was shot. D. Aurobindo Ghosh started as a revolutionary and later became a philosopher. He believed that inner strength and outer action must go together. E. Shurjo Sen Mastarda led the Chittagong Armory raid, one of the most daring attacks on the British. He believed in collective action and trained young revolutionaries. There are many others too. Dinesh Gupta, Pritilata Waddedar, Bina Das, each with stories that deserve to be remembered. 3. What can you learn from their lives? Courage. They risked their lives for the nation, not for fame, but for duty. Sacrifice. They gave up comfort, family, even their lives. Leadership. Many of them were students like you when they started. Their lives teach you that age is no barrier to courage and that true freedom comes through responsibility. Conclusion. The story of India's freedom is incomplete without Bengal. These brave sons and daughters of the soil were not just part of history, they made history. By learning about them, you don't just remember the past, you connect with the spirit of India. As a student, you may not have to fight colonial rulers, but you can fight ignorance, injustice, and apathy. Call to action. Pick one freedom fighter from Bengal and read more about them this week. Then comment below. Which Bengali freedom fighter inspires you the most and why? 9. From laziness to productivity. How I changed my study habits. Introduction. If you have ever promised yourself, quote, I will start studying tomorrow, unquote, and then watched 3 days fly by, don't worry, you are not alone. I was exactly like that. I used to sit with books but scroll through my phone instead. Assignments piled up, exams felt terrifying, but something changed. Today I am more focused, more productive, and I actually enjoy learning. This blog is about how I made that shift and how you can too. And how you can too. 1. Realizing the problem. The first step, I had to accept that I was lazy, not in the quote, I don't care, unquote, way, but in the quote, I am overwhelmed and don't know where to start, unquote, way. I wasn't stupid, I was stuck. Once I saw that, I stopped blaming myself and started thinking about solutions. 2. Starting small. 20-minute rule. At first, I told myself, quote, just study for 20 minutes, unquote. That's all. Once I began, I often ended up going for 40 or even 60 minutes. The hardest part is starting. Once you overcome that, the rest becomes easier. 3. Making a realistic plan. Big to-do lists made me anxious, so I started writing down only 3 tasks per day. Finishing them gave me a sense of achievement. Slowly, my confidence came back. 4. Phone is equal to distraction trap. Let's be honest, phones kill focus. I started using apps that helped me to adopt focus strategy that lock distracting apps for a set time. I also put my phone far from my desk while studying. পৃষ্ঠা 233। 5. Creating a study environment. I cleaned my study table, kept only what I needed. I also made a rule, quote, desk is equal to study only, bed is equal to rest only, unquote. This helped my brain associate the table with focus. 6. Rewards and breaks. After 1 hour of study, I gave myself 10 to 15 minutes of break, music, a walk, or a snack. Rewards made the process enjoyable, not painful. 7. Tracking progress. I kept a notebook where I tick marked beside each day I studied. This simple habit gave me visual motivation and made me want to keep going. Conclusion. Changing study habits isn't magic. It's about small, consistent steps. If I, a procrastinator, could turn things around, so can you. Don't wait for, quote, motivation, unquote. Just begin. Start small, stick with it. Call to action. Think about one study habit you want to change. Write it in the comments. What's the first small step you will take today? Number 10. Renaissance of Bengal. Renaissance, Renaissance of Bengal. A time that changed everything. Introduction. Before India fought for political freedom, Bengal was already fighting against ignorance, superstition, and inequality. This fight was not with weapons, but with ideas, education, and reform. This was the Bengal Renaissance, a period when Bengal led the nation in thinking, questioning, and imagining a better society. As a student, you might ask, why should I care about something that happened more than 100 years ago? Because many of the rights, ideas, and progress we enjoy today were born during this time. 1. What was the Bengal Renaissance? The Bengal Renaissance was a social and cultural movement in the 19th and early 20th centuries. It was inspired by both Western education and traditional Indian values. People started questioning blind customs, caste discrimination, child marriage, and gender inequality. It was not just about literature or art. It was a revolution of thought. 2. Key figures of the Bengal Renaissance. Let's look at some great minds who led this movement. A. Raja Rammohun Roy, known as the, quote, father of modern India, unquote. He fought against sati, promoted women's rights, and founded the Brahmo Samaj, a reformist movement. He believed education was the key to change. B. Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, a man of immense knowledge and kindness. He introduced widow remarriage and worked for women's education. He simplified the Bengali alphabet and wrote textbooks still respected today. C. Rabindranath Tagore, more than just a poet. He was an educator, philosopher, and freedom thinker. He founded Vishwabharati University and gave us the national anthem. His ideas still shape how we think about freedom, humanity, and beauty. D. Swami Vivekananda, a spiritual leader who told the world about Indian philosophy. He inspired young people to build a strong, fearless, and united India. He believed, quote, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached, unquote. E. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay wrote, quote, Vande Mataram, unquote, a song that became a symbol of India's unity and strength. He showed how literature can awaken patriotism. 3. Why is the Bengal Renaissance important for you? Many modern schools, colleges, and libraries in India started from this period. Ideas of freedom, equality, and justice that we study today were born then. The Bengal Renaissance proves that change begins with education. The Bengal Renaissance proves that change begins with education and courage. You may not be in a revolution, but every time you question a wrong idea or help educate someone, you are continuing that legacy. Conclusion. The Bengal Renaissance was not just a chapter in history, it was a light that continues to guide us. It showed that with bold minds and kind hearts, society can change. As a student, you are the next chapter in that journey. So read, question, speak, and act. Bengal once lit the torch of change. Now it's your turn to carry it forward. Call to action. Read about one Bengal Renaissance leader this week. In the comments, share whose work inspired you the most and how it connects to today's world.